Welcome again to the glorious Archerfield Performance Centre, and believe it or not, this is actually Scotland. Look at this. Sky's matching my top. Awesome. So something I believe a lot of people can always get better at is holing out. And I've got a very simple, effective exercise to really help you get that ball to start online and hopefully go in the hole a bit more often. First things first, really important to state that to be a good putter, you've got to master the key 3 skills. Number 1, pace control. 2, green reading. 3, start line, or I prefer start zone, but we'll get into that in a bit. Also, one massive component here is to make sure you've got the right piece of kit in your hand. There are so many options out there. There's mallet heads, there's blade heads, there's slant necks, there's double bend shafts, there's toe balance, there's face balance. I think you get the idea. So the key is to really make sure that you've been fitted for the best piece of kit possible to make it as easy as it possibly can be. So here I am with my trusty Odyssey Stroke Lab 7. And what I've got set up is one of my favourite exercises for start line, or I actually prefer to call it start zone, but I'll explain that in a minute. How you set it up is you put 3 alignment sticks around a hole about 12 feet away from the ball I'm hitting. Then pop another couple of balls a putter length away from the ball you're hitting and a putter head apart. The reason for that setup is because what TrackMan tells us, and I'll pop the data up just now, is that if you get that ball to start 0.7 of a degree left or right of your target, then at good pace, you're going to hold the putt. Also, the thing to match with that is the face alignment. So if the putter face is 0.7 or even 0.5 if you're being really, really strict, left or right of your target, at good pace, the ball's going to go in. So this is a really useful exercise to give you feedback on where that ball's starting. What to do now then once you're set up is to simply hit some putts, trying to get the ball through the gate, into the area, and ideally into the hole, but you might need to tweak those if you've not spotted any break. Really, really useful at giving you feedback on where that face is pointing. And something I actually really like to get people to do is to deliberately play around with the face. So if I've got the face right, ball's going to go right, face left, going to go left, because that's going to help you build the face awareness that's required to get your ball to start in the right zone. So why do I keep talking about start zone versus start line? Well, basically, if you run the maths, you can get 2.6 balls inside the width of a golf hole. So that's telling you, if you're one of those golfers that's trying to put a ball down a razor sharp line, then you're probably not giving yourself enough margin for error. That's why I love this exercise, because it shows you and it tells you, it gives you a physical representation of how much room you've got. And don't take my word for it. I'm very fortunate to be based here with Gary Nicol at Archerfield, and he, along with Carl Morris, have written a fantastic book called The Lost Art of Putting. I highly recommend you read it, and the guys explore this concept much deeper than I can in these little videos. Hopefully that little exercise is going to be really useful at helping you start the ball in the right zone and ultimately hole a few putts. Key messages: if you haven't been fitted for a putter, please get fitted. If you haven't read The Lost Art of Putting, read it. And 3, if you're looking for a bit more technical input, why not come and see little old me here at Archerfield? What a place to come and get better at golf. That leaves me to say thanks ever so much for watching. Really appreciate you tuning in. Any feedback is most welcome. Any questions you want answering, get in touch. See you soon.